Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SVSU Rocket League Thursdays. We have SVSU Rocket League White against Defiance College Purple. Classic matchup going on here, and we should be starting it up at any time here. You know, we're about at the 10 p.m. mark now.
Somewhere around there, right? I don't know.
9 p.m.?
9:59.
I was gonna say, I was like, how did we lose an hour?
Nah,
no
it's
daylight
not daylight
savings.
savings. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not getting an hour.
Oh, could you imagine being midstream during daylight savings?
How would you schedule?
Well, you're like, all right, so our 8 p.m. matchup is against this team, and
Their 8
next
p.m.
up we have
matchup.
our 8 p.m. matchup against.
After the clock's reset. That would be so confusing. I could not imagine that. You know, thankfully it happens at like 2 in the morning.
Right.
You know?
I think they do it 4. I think it ends up being 4 a.m. twice. 'Cause, I mean, who's up at 4 a.m. besides like blue collar fathers?
Me doing
And-
homework. So I had to go through the night on reading. Next year. That'll be me. But
you
oh
got
well.
this. You'll be all right.
Nah, reading is reading. It's easy. But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. We're just kind of looking at this field backdrop here.
Personally, I blame Frogboy71. I think it's all his fault.
I mean, most likely, right? I mean, he's the Rocket League esports captain, so it kind of does fall on him, you know.
You're right.
But yeah, we should have our classic matchup of Frogboy, Emperor Mushroom, and Chicken Hawk.
I couldn't imagine that they throw Biggie Cheese in during this match. Love Biggie Cheese to death. He's one of my favorite people. But
yeah, I don't believe we have a sub for this
hey,
week.
he hit gold.
Oh, he did? Nice.
He hit gold.
That's good.
I think he hit gold 3 actually. So you know what? He's getting there.
Solid.
He's getting there. Proud of our Biggie Cheese.
Hey, one day we'll create more teams, right? You know, and he can be the headliner.
The D team.
The D team, yeah. Maybe we can play then too.
Yeah. our rank disparity would make it so hard to place us.
Yeah, it'd be really weird one to be.
Because you'd have one like gold 3, and then one plat 3, and then one like high diamond 1, low diamond 2.
Yeah,
that's a pretty large disparity. I mean, none of us are crazy good at the game. I mean, just being like diamond isn't anything good, but compared to gold, I mean, diamond can kind of do whatever it wants.
Yeah, I really wonder what's going on here though with this game.
I feel like who knows?
I guess we can do Detroit sports banter. You know, there's no lions around.
Oh, there's been some recent controversies in the basketball universe. I don't know if you saw what was going on there.
I don't know anything.
I don't know anything, but I saw an interview from the Detroit Pistons coach where he stood up for the players of his team because basically there was some officiating from the referees that was so abysmally bad. There was no way to argue mistake of fact or like, oops, I messed up. You look at it and you're like, what? Because to give an example, there was one time where a player on the other team had tripped over his own player's foot and fallen backwards, and they called a foul on the Pistons, and then they reviewed it, realized that it wasn't a foul, and then picked a different foul to call on the Pistons. They called
awesome.
I don't remember what violation it is, but it's like a loose ball violation or whatever. Yeah, there was that. There was a bunch of other things. We're getting into it here, I think.
Nah, I think
no, we just changed camera angles. We're in free mode now. Oh.
Oh.
Maybe we can do a little bit of map exploration. Go around,
funny.
look at all these beautiful people that have come to see SVSU compete against Defiance College. I mean, every single one of those dots is a single person that's actually watching right now. Would you believe it?
Oh man, if only.
I know.
Maybe we get funding.
We're getting there. We're getting.
We had like 1,000 viewers every stream, right?
I mean, how many players do we have in the esports program? You got to think each of them have like probably 1 or 2 parents. Some of them even have 3 or 4.
Or just maybe like 2 devices, or at least 1 device.
Devices,
right?
parents. I mean, think about we could be maximizing right now.
I mean, I should pull up my phone and start watching the stream right now too.
You know what? I think I might do the same thing. Let's do it right now. Oh,
perhaps.
Goodness.
But now, Tigers are in spring training, I believe.
Spring training, they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good so far.
Good. Yeah, they're able to re-sign Scooble for that year, so hopefully we can get him down to more than just a year, right?
I
But
saw Torkelson's been looking pretty good lately too. I know there was one game, week or two back, where he hit two homers.
that's crazy, actually. That never happens.
Yeah, hitting two homers in one game is really good.
Yeah, for Torkelson at least, but
Well, that's the thing is Torkelson's supposed to be like really
he's
good,
supposed to be that guy, you know,
and
but he just hasn't really shown it.
I think this season he might be that guy.
I mean, there's always the hope, right? But now we're back to the main menu. Oh, maybe going back into it, different lobby.
We'll be
But
getting into it here. I saw Frog Boy having his Miku Miku Beam decal.
good to know.
Oh man, you know how amazing it would be if we could get our intro to the SVSU Rocket League streams be Frogboy71 singing Miku Miku Beam.
I think we can do that. I think we can make that, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it could be copyrighted,
It
but
could be
if you-
copyrighted.
I don't think Frogboy71.
How
With all
about-
due respect, love Frogboy71. He's my roommate, known him 17 years. But the thing is, I don't think he'd be operatic enough to trigger the automatic
what if this? We
copyright.
give him a keyboard, give him a microphone, and we have him make his own composition to present on stream. That way it can't be copyrighted, and we still get Frogboy71.
Honestly, we just need a green screen room so we can have a gif of him like dancing.
Can we just get like a green screen back here too, so we can just like get some
W-
stuff going?
Imagine we're in outer space while we cast. Think about the possibilities.
Today we're coming from you live from the moon.
Live from outer space.
One day that'll be in the budget, right?
Well,
When
and
we're
think,
gone.
you know, you get a green screen, then we could do our analyses. We could use the ultimate pen application. Get
I
right here
will
into
say,
it. We-
I want a marker, you know, like
yeah, you use it. What are you gonna draw on the green screen?
well, you know how they have like a Illustrator or whatever, like whatever they call it. Oh, off the crossbar there.
This is gonna be a shot opportunity sent away by Emperor Mushroom. Yeah, it's just
I'm losing my
it's just an
focus.
application that you use. It's called the Ultimate Pencil.
Yeah, you circle something. You know?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, it's a free app.
Yeah, what you got on that?
We use it for analyzing film. Probably with a shot here, it's gonna get sent back towards Chicken Hawk, who's gonna get a catch. He's got time here. Flicks it over one. Follows
Still
up.
has it.
Back flips it over two.
Past one. But not past
Back
the
over.
third one.
That could have been a shot, given a different angle. The General. We've got the General, CCG Pandas, and the Bahama Mama.
I recognize that.
I do recognize the Bahama Mama. And every time I hear it, I feel like I gotta say it like a wrestler's name. The Bahama Mama. Frog Boy.
Sounds about
Pass
right.
to the
yeah.
mid. Chicken's not quite there to receive it, but a 50. Emperor Mushroom keeps that from being a shot opportunity. Bump from the General. Go to the General and save some time. Frog Boy following this up. Bumps Chicken, I think, but we
Yeah, I
cut
have
away.
no idea.
He was on his way to bumping Chicken. Emperor Mushroom,
Good hit.
pass up. CCG Pandas sending it back into their own corner. Emperor Mushroom missing that follow-up. Gets a little bit of a bump there from Frog Boy.
Frogboy overshot that or over drove that one.
Yeah, those weird corner bounces they get Frog Boy. And this is gonna drop down in front, but luckily Frog Boy
Clear.
71's there to save it. See the General picking up that 100 boost. Frog Boy sending it back into the Defiance corner. Chicken Hawk looking for a crazy angle shot. Almost gets it. Popping back up here. We'll see what they're able to get. The General gets it clear. Did he get one more touch? He does, sending it right to Frog Boy. Emperor Mushroom looking for a quick second touch for a pass. Not quite getting it.
Mushroom not able to get that.
And Chicken
Temple
Hawk
Panda.
with the save.
Ooh, no boost there too. Just able. If that shot was any harder, it might have gone in.
Bahama Mama with a setup. We see one person lost connection, but it was, I think, somebody that wasn't playing in the game. I think
Could
it
have
was
been
a
a sub or maybe
Yeah.
some sort of a spectator.
I saw Dre Time lost connection. I haven't called that name once, so
Yeah.
looks like we're all doing good on that end. Looks like we still have 3 players on both ends. There's gonna be a setup opportunity. Chicken with a save. This is still dangerous. Score!
Score.
CCG Pandas.
Pandas, yeah.
And Chicken, they're good to make the first save, but somebody else has got to follow up and make that one. You see, Emperor Mushroom might have been better off taking that one.
Yeah, because that would have been cleared into the corner, and then yeah, Frogboy not around, and yeah, Mushroom's out in the corner because he just launched himself there, and Chicken Hawk not able to recover and make a save there either.
Yeah, it's important to communicate in situations like that. There's going to be Hama Mama sending it out. Chicken's going to be able to make that ball stay in the offensive zone. Frog Boy misses. So we'll see what CCG Pandas can do here. He gets demoed. This is a shot.
Score
Scores.
from the general. It definitely saves some time. Haha.
Yeah.
On this one, scoring it pretty fast after their first goal.
And only 24 seconds.
But yeah, no boost there for SVSU. Can't really make a good save, and yeah, Chicken did all possibly could try and bop this one up into the crossbar, but it goes in regardless.
Pandas with another opportunity, scores.
Frog Boy,
Didn't even move.
yeah, I mean,
Very quick shot from CCG Pandas, but it definitely makes you wonder, like,
yeah, I don't know. Because sometimes, like, you know, there are ones where it's like, it's just going in. Like,
right.
You know you don't have a good angle. You know going up is just futile. And
But
you're like,
that's
it's
one you
going in.
gotta try for.
I'm pretty sure he could have saved that one. I don't know if that was just me. Maybe he's having some
Controller
issues on
issue,
his end. But
Possibly. Bahama Mama with a shot, Chicken Hog with a save.
at least make it look good.
We
you know?
see he's back now.
It's all offense for Defiance.
50 there between Frog Boy and Pandas. Bahama Mama winning this challenge. Bouncing it back forward. Bahama, actually the general. The general gets a setup pass. Frog Boy sends it away over to the Bahama Mama.
Trying to get this one centered. It's going to be for the general.
There's going to be a pass
The
over to
Pandas.
Pandas.
It's broken up. SVSU reads
This
the play.
could be their time to get a counterattack going, maybe get a bump on him. Hits it past one, but not quite in front of the goal like they were hoping. Frog Boy misses.
Wish we were trying to play the slow ball there, but doesn't really work out.
Chicken, Pandas. That was one of the weirdest touches I've ever seen.
Me up here. Our boy's gonna have to go for this one.
He gets a
General.
bump on the general, but doesn't get the ball. Bahama Mama's going up the wall. We'll see him going for an air dribble here.
Pandas.
Off that back wall. Over to the general. Shot. Saved by
Boy.
Frog Boy. No boost. One's going to be hanging in the midfield for a little while. Looks like everybody's going to get some boost. General here. Mushroom gets a catch. General's going to beat him to that counterattack.
Yep.
Bahama Mama off that side wall. It's going to
Once
be a
again.
pass. Shot. Saved.
Nice save. Way to stay with it there.
And this is going to be a shot. Score. Pandas.
Just like that. Four goals. Defiance. My words. DCG Pandas, though, yeah, I mean, just good play by Defiance all around here in this whole game, just to keep the offense going for them and not quit on these plays, really.
Yeah, SVSU seems to be responding quite a bit slower to a lot of these opportunities compared to Defiance.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these like 50 attempts are just getting beat.
And there's a lot of times where they're missing, they're missing shot or not shots, but they're missing hits that need to be hit.
Yeah, and missing some reads too, like that one save from Chicken Hawk that went in, I think for goal 2 or 3.
Right.
That Mushroom also went for.
We might see them able to. Oh,
Hits the ground, and
I was gonna say we might be able to see them at least break the shutout, but I think Frog Boy took over for Chicken there and knocked it down.
yeah, and just like that, it's a shutout. Defiance 4-0 in game 1. Yeah, it's just all offense for Defiance here. There's nothing else you can really say. I mean, Pandas alone had 6 shots, and the SVSU White only had 2 combined. So you can just tell it's just floundering in net for SVSU, and nothing you can really do, especially when you have all that offensive pressure from Defiance.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to generate offense. There's a lot of things that I can talk about here. SVSU needs to get quicker, just in general.
Yeah.
Because they're not being quick enough on rotations either. I've noticed they're getting caught boostless a lot on the defensive zone, and so they're not quite rotating enough to where Defiance can just go in and swoop that 100 boost from the corner whenever they want, leaving SVSU continuously boostless. When you're boostless, it's hard to move fast, and so there's that. You're not getting much counterattack opportunity. I didn't see much physicality. There's a lot of things that SVSU can improve on here right now.
Yeah, all around it just seems like SVSU is just getting beat by Defiance. So hopefully I can fix a few of these things here and have a resounding game 2. Well, just waiting here for Pandas to play it.
I know, and Panda's got a good
Shot.
opportunity right there. A good thing Mushroom was able to send it away, and it was looking. Panda definitely wanted to get the 50 ball on that too.
Yeah.
Panda's gonna be sending that one away. General picking up a boost in the corner, trying to get save.
Frog
Does
Boy.
get a save.
Yeah,
See Mushroom going for off the sidewall. Wasn't quite able to get that angle.
Chicken Hawk now.
Chicken Hawk looking to go up the wall. He gets a good flick, but not able to go up the wall. Chicken Hawk beating them. Bahama Mama sends this one away over to the general. Frog Boy.
Just misses, and now it's got to be up to Chicken, I believe.
Right.
Back
Chicken's
there.
alone, boostless.
Oh, the 50 almost got in there by Bahama Mama. It doesn't go in, though. Mushroom's going to be going down the right side here to try and clear. Panda sending it back in, though. Chicken now. Going to be looking to try and center this one. It's going to work. Frog Boy.
And he overshoots
oh, man. That is exactly the shots you have to make. You can't miss those, you know?
Exactly. It's a golden opportunity.
That is so unfortunate for SVSU, though.
I know being
Chicken. Oh, we got rule 1.
We do have a rule 1.
That's
Frog
now
Boy
a
demoing the
2v2
Bahama
now.
Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
Frog
who
Boy
is it?
Mushroom.
It's Chicken and someone else from Defiance. Yeah, in Rule 1, back in their net.
Gives me a setup. Emperor Mushroom getting a good hit like he needs to.
I hope we get a camera that cuts them. It'd be kind of funny.
We've got the general.
General and Chicken Hawk.
Yeah,
and
general and Chicken Hawk.
so
Frog
now
Boy.
2v2 right now, pretty much, until they get broken up. But no one's breaking them up.
Right. This could be a good shot opportunity from the Bahama Mama. It is a shot. Saved
Save.
by Frog Boy.
Very nice.
Yeah, very good save from Frog Boy. They were pretty heavily committed
Oh,
there.
you know you wanted that boost right there,
I
Frog
know.
Boy. Has to play ball, though. Now it's going to go back for you.
This is a pretty long-lasting 2v2 match right now. Pass over to Pandas. That would have been insane.
That would have been crazy, yeah.
I would have
Feels
put
the boost, too.
I would have put my metaphorical controller down and rage quit for them if that got scored.
Me back for Frog Boy? No. Pandas, though. Playing some interference. Good bounce off the corner for Defiance.
This is
Pandas.
over. Frog Boy with a save.
Yeah.
Halfway through the game, still scoreless. Mushroom gets a high flyer. Going to be off the back wall. Bahama Mama getting the pinch that he needs to.
Oh,
Frog Boy with
no.
a miss, but he
gets
bumps.
the bump on Bahama Mama. Oh, who's going for it?
Oh.
They got time. Yeah, if Frog Boy didn't get that bump, that would have been game
Good
over.
flick from Emperor Mushroom.
No one's going to break up that Rule 1. That is incredible.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that rule 1 until a goal gets scored.
Yeah. Which it might happen. It might not. Right now,
we-
Pandas is up for Defiance.
You see Bahama
Bahama
Mama
Mama.
pass.
Yeah, it would have been for Panda, but I think Mushroom playing interference there. It's Frog Boy
Yeah, so
now.
Frog Boy's going to get that boost, but didn't have the perfect angle to pick up boost and ball, but
I
he
think
did
it
get a
works
catch.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gets the bump on Pandas. Frog Boy going up for it now.
pass over. Bahama Mama's going to catch this one. Get it past Emperor Mushroom. This is going to leave it pretty open for Frog Boy so long as he doesn't miss it.
You know, it's funny. I don't think we've seen a Rule 1 in like a long time, like
I
month.
know, and then
And this one is lasting so long.
well, and think of the first the last semester's season. I remember in the first couple weeks we had a rule 1 every single game, I think.
And Panda scores. With the 2v2 Rule 1 coming to an end now. Yeah, that lasted like 2 or 3 minutes. That's awesome,
Yeah.
though.
On that was an awkward one for Frog
Frog
Boy.
Boy,
I mean,
yeah.
I could definitely understand that split second decision. At the same time, with the way it's going, you kind of just need to double jump and have it hit off your butt.
Yeah. But no, even, Chicken
There's
Hawk
gonna be
in
a
the...
shot saved by Chicken Hawk. For the follow up, he doesn't quite have enough boost. Pinch, and that goes a little farther than he'd like it to. This hits back towards the general, over the general to the Bahama Mama.
A 1-goal lead here for Defiance in the last minute. See if SVSU can generate some offense. It really hasn't been working, even on that 2v2. I mean, 2v2 is a lot more back and forth, but yeah, they need something here.
Yeah, they've been mustering up a little bit more strength.
Chicken Hawk,
Save from
save.
Chicken Hawk, there's gonna be dangerous
Rebound,
still.
scored, the general.
And it seems to be that's what's killing SVSU the most. Is they'll get that first save, but they don't get the save that they're looking for.
Yeah,
And nobody's quick enough to get the second one to get it out of danger.
Yeah.
So I think I've seen 2 or 3 goals now at this point where they make the first save and then it's just slowly floating in the middle to get sent in.
Yeah, that first hit, for the first save usually just isn't enough either to get out of harm's way. And yeah, someone is just pouncing for Defiance for a rebound.
Saved by Chicken Hawk on the wall shot from the general. The Bahama Mama goes to send that one back in, doesn't quite get it. 15
Pandas, though.
seconds left here. over to the Bahama Mama. Information almost getting that second touch.
10 seconds remaining here. Pretty much need to score now and get a crazy kickoff goal, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Like it's going to be match point here for Defiance.
Now
Yes, it
hits
is.
the ground, yeah.
Defiance takes the first 2 games unbothered, and SVSU is heavily on the back foot right now. I mean, it's match point. At this point, every single game is a must-win if you want to keep going. And I will say the 2-0 is a lot better than the 4.
Yeah. Especially that. Then again, I really wonder if that is because the Rule 1 happened.
Right.
You know,
it's hard to say.
You don't know because that did last for a while. It totally throws the game off, too, because now you're playing 2v2s with people you normally really don't play 2s with, you know?
Right.
And I think this is the surprising thing. You know, even SVSU couldn't really generate offense. You know, Frogberry Mushroom couldn't really get really good opportunities on the 2v2. I know, you know, like I said, it's more back and forth with that. But I think that's kind of showing that, like, Defiance has really good rotations and they're able to kind of recover and just have really quick offense, like you were saying. They need to speed up.
And the interesting thing about Rule 1s is that, like, it can really, while it takes 2 people out, that was almost in.
I know. I was holding my breath.
While it does take 2 people out, so theoretically it's even, a Rule 1 is far from even. Because, I mean, think about it. If your least consistent player, Rule 1's the other team's most consistent player, that can give you a huge advantage. And I mean, not any insult towards the least consistent player, but like if you take out the Tom Brady of the other team, what are they going to do?
Rule 1, yeah. If you take out your team's highest scorer and your lowest scorer on the other one, you know, then yeah, it creates an advantage for the team whose lowest scorer.
Chicken misses that.
And score Panda.
Yeah, Chicken misses that hit off the back wall, and it makes it a really easy shot for Panda.
And a lot of bumps right there, and yeah, Chicken not enough boost. Probably just didn't time it correctly without the boost too, and
not enough boost, and it's really awkward because it's floating a little farther away from the ball, so he probably would have had to do a double jump into the ball to get it sent away.
Plus, you know, bouncing off the backboard like that, you know, you're on the wall, playing on the wall too. It's not an easy hit, but regardless, it goes in, and Defiance once again has the lead.
Panda's knocking this one down for the Bahama Mama.
Probably went for the read, but didn't get it. Mushroom knocking it down now. Got the boost from Panda now.
Panda's going to be leaving that one for the Bahama Mama. Chicken Hawk following this one on the wall. Pass over the center, which could have been a shot, but Frog Boy beats him.
Good clear from Frog Boy. He's going to be going up for it now. Trying to 50, yeah. Chicken Hawk now, back in. It's going to be on net.
Save for Bahama Mama.
Mushroom now. Go off the wall with Bahama Mama. Contested
50 there, saying into the midfield. General could have a shot here.
Ooh.
Bahama Mama getting boxed out.
Yeah, getting a little bit physical there. SVSU, and that's probably what they need to get him back
exactly
into the
what
series,
they need.
Yeah.
Frog Boy 50ing in. Panda's there to take over. Frog Boy 50ing again. And
Ooh,
Bahama
bad hit.
Mama.
General's there though. Mushroom.
Yeah, this could be.
Oh, but Panda's right in this spot where ideally an SVSU player would be to take a shot and clears it. Frog Boy shoots
Save.
off the post. Panda saves that. Man. And if you're SVSU, that one has to go in too. You haven't scored any goals, and now it's your game 3.
I know, game 3 and still being scoreless, it's really hard because you wonder about the possibilities of even finding the net.
Chicken Hawk scores!
It's tied up.
Just as we were saying it too.
And it looks like M for Mushroom is trying to boost morale a little bit. Maybe they're having some mentality issues there. Which, I mean, I can't blame them. It's been a rough first 2 games. And I've got to say, like, got to give commendation for M for Mushroom keeping his head up, trying to keep his teammates' head up and keep him in the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've played, what, 12 and a half minutes of gameplay, and that's the first goal for your team. So, you got to keep the morale going, and that should definitely generate some morale here. SVSU finally tying a lead that Defiance has had.
And this might be
another
they might
goal.
take a lead.
But General
getting
back.
a last-minute save.
Yeah, just in time there, with no boost as well. Kind of holding your breath, hoping that one goes in if you're SVSU.
I'm sure Frog Boy was hoping to try and get a bump on the General and get him away from that ball, but see a 50 setting up. This is going to be awkward. Bahama Mama should be able to field that over 2 Pandas. It's going to be a pass back to the Bahama Mama. Gets bumped away.
It's going to be a little awkward for Chicken Hawk there off the ceiling of the net, I believe.
High flying 50. Chicken.
Again.
One more. This is going to be probably met by a Defiance player first. Yep, General. Chicken going to send it back in, misses it. Frog Boy off that back post. Demo.
There's a demo.
And,
And there is a goal.
And SVSU has taken their first lead of the series, which is absolutely huge for them.
And there's that physicality there with that demo. Leaves the net wide open, and Brewstrom has a wide open net to shoot on. Bahama, no boost. The general, no boost either. So that's exactly what SVSU needs here. Just totally flip the script here. Throw Defiance off. But now, yeah, 2-1 lead, game 3. Obviously, SVSU now has to win every single match going forward if they want to win this series. You know, all starts with 1, though. Let's see if they can hold on.
We see a dangerous opportunity here. It's going to drop down and go past, and this is going to be rolling for, I think, a goal.
Oh, it goes off the post.
A mushroom. Save.
Where's Frog Boy? He's below
and now
it.
This could be a shot opportunity for Defiance.
How Mom's going to have it. It's a slow roller, though.
Saved by Chicken Hawk.
Oh, man. If they put a heavier shot on that, that might have went in. Ooh.
So many close.
I know.
SVSU was close to getting so many breakaway goals here in this match, or in game 3.
I think you can tell though that Defiance is trying to play a little bit up here, trying to, you know, play a little more aggressively, get that tying goal, and SVSU's almost getting a 3rd goal off of those.
You can't blame them. You know, you notice that SVSU is starting to wake up a little bit, and you're like, shoot, we got to put them away now. And so, even if you lose this game, I can't see you have nothing to lose. But when you're up match point 2-0,
yes,
you can afford to drop a game. This is gonna be a shot. Score! Frog Boy!
3-1. Man, yeah. After 2 games of no goals for SVSU, we're at 3 right now in game 3. Coming alive.
I'll never know for sure, but I'd like to make a prediction and say that I feel like they've been kind of silent on the comms in these first 2 games. And I think they're starting to communicate, because you're seeing passing plays and you're seeing less double commits. And so, as somebody who plays a lot of casuals with Frogboy 71, and he'll laugh around and we'll lose a couple matches and he'll be like, all right, we got to lock in. And then all of a sudden we start communicating with each other.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Nothing against it. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a game. But SVSU is going to stay alive, and it's still match point, but it's 2-1 now. We take it to a game 4. And this is a big momentum shifter. I can't say it's a momentum shifter. I'd say this equalizes the momentum at this point.
Yeah, I feel like for Defiance, it might not really do much for them, because like you were saying, yeah, you can afford to drop 1. You still have this pressure of like, yeah, we have 2 games on you. You know, it's 2-1 series lead for them, of course, still. But for SVSU, yeah, this has got to do wonders. After 2 games with no goals, now everyone has a goal on the team, so, you know, everyone's going to be a little bit confident here. And, yeah, I mean, it makes for an exciting game 4 here, you know? 'Cause, yeah, Defiance is definitely going to be like, hey, we need to shut them down now. We can't go to a game 5. We can't let that happen after the first 2 games going so well. But if you're SVSU, yeah, morale's definitely up. Communication's most likely up. And, yeah, you play a little more aggressive, too. You get these shots on net. And get the offense, and yeah, you're looking at game 5.
Yeah, as SVSU, if you force a game 5, then makes Defiance question their mentality and their consistency a lot, because you're like, oh shoot, we could possibly be forcing or losing in a reverse sweep scenario.
Yeah.
Bahama Mama with a shot,
saved by Mushroom.
And this is the team that I recognize more and more starting now.
Yeah.
The first 2 matches, I was just wondering, like, if we had different people playing as these guys.
It seemed like this team was coming out of hibernation, you know? Like, it was just really slow, really, like, it seemed like an unorganized 3s team, you know?
Chicken taking that boost, but it's kind of good, because Information would have lost it if he did. CG Pandas has a good opportunity here. Luckily, SVSU is able to get a counterattack moving.
Yeah,
Mushroom
no boost.
Still boostless. Gets a little power of friendship pinch over Chicken. Everybody's boostless. Frog Boy has boost. No, that's Mushroom. Mushroom looking for it. Gets a 50 with 1. This is dropping in the midfield. Pandas. I can't tell if they 50 or if both of them missed.
Yeah, I don't know. That was really weird. They're probably trying to read both each other and just missed the ball.
And that happens so many times when you're both trying to read the other person's 50 that you just end up whiffing. General got demolished. I don't know how that wasn't a demo. That could have been a dangerous shot opportunity. General saying it back in. Frog Boy. I don't know if Mushroom wanted to touch that.
Well, I mean, not,
maybe. Let me rephrase. I think it was in his intention to touch that. I don't know if it was a good idea for him to. That
Yeah,
looked like it would have
it
been.
might have been on net, and it might have caught the defense off guard, but as you know, it's also keeping it in your possession and getting
Right.
it out of center field when you don't know what's behind you. If that was the case, you know.
It's hard to say because I didn't see any Defiance players in net, but they could have also been in that opposite corner. See
Dangerous.
pinch and almost a 50 back into the net, heading back towards SVSU. Only Frog Boy and Mushroom with boost.
My
Shot,
boy,
slow
it's
roller,
right there.
Mushroom's gonna get
Mushroom.
it out.
Yeah, just able to clear this here.
And is keeping it in, beats him to that boost. And Chicken Hawk
good
giving
hit.
some time for a counterattack, you know. Defiance is going to keep possession, but at least gives SVSU time to get some boost and not be fighting for their life. Over
Uh-oh.
2.
Our
Tries
boy.
to get the third. It's over. Panda's playing a very effective third man.
Ooh.
Frog Boy getting a bump away.
Catch. It's
Chicken.
exactly what you need.
This is going to be
Oh,
over. CG
Panda's
Panda's
bumping
not,
right back. Oh,
yeah,
team bump though.
Bahama Mama catches this.
He's bumping
Frog Boy
everyone.
sends it over. General is up high, flying high for this. Gets a save. Guess that was on target.
Yeah.
I mean, the arc makes sense. Chicken Hawk, shot, score.
Mushroom, what a
Mushroom.
shot! Gets the goal breaker here for the scoring in the game.
Yeah, just barely
Yeah,
make.
take over.
Really good commentating, Doug. Yeah, I mean, Mushroom just barely able to squeak it past CG Pandas. You saw him flying in at the speed of sound. Frog Boy's gonna
Got
look for a clear, misses.
Got the first goal of the game, is what I meant to say.
Playing heavy in the SVSU corner here. We'll see who can break this stalemate right now. SVSU seem to be losing a little bit of their composure. They need to get it out if they want to not get scored on here.
Frog Boy
And that's exactly what they needed
gets
to
the
do.
boost, going for the centering attempt. Gets the boost again. The
Chicken
general's
Hawk
there
on a
though.
demo with the Bahama Mama Frog Boy.
General's gonna clear. Chicken.
Sending this back
Good
in
hit.
towards Pandas. Pandas gets a touch on it. Is going to be able to go up off the wall. Bahama Mama takes over
On.
because he has boost. Off the corner, he misses.
Oh.
That
That I thought that was going in, but it hits the post.
high as well.
Frog Boy gets bailed out on that one.
General is going to be up off the side wall. What can they do here? Sent off to the corner.
50.
Chicken's got to
Nope.
bounce this one back in. Picks up boost. Notices Bahama Mama's got him beat.
Not the greatest hit though from Bahama Mama. Still in their zone. Now they're trying to clear.
It was interesting. We just had a bunch of party notifications pop up.
Yeah, interesting. Frog Boy clears. Centering attempt there from the general. Good clear. Good hit off the corner too.
Entering the last minute of this game
Pandas
for C
misses.
Pandas with a miss, almost had a save. What he wanted.
Chicken
Gonna be
Hawk.
over to Bahama Mama. Big clearing attempt. This could be on net.
No, Frog Boy! Oh, he misses the save. Party was destroyed because of a connection error. What?
SVSU Wi-Fi, you gotta love it. Yeah, Frogboy just he over boosted.
That
and
has got to
too
be
far
awful
over.
because you're right there. Like, there's nothing more that you can do, and I think the party disconnection destroyed our spectator cam
Yeah,
too.
now we've got a real interesting camera angle.
I don't
but
even know what this
We'll make
is.
it work.
Oh,
We're getting
now
back
loading.
to it. It's usually how they start the matches.
Yeah,
but-
I had to think about it for a second.
Right.
Yeah, tie game, last 30 seconds. Frog Boy.
Frogboy's gonna be off the post, and then this is gonna be popping up past one.
Yeah, just able to. I think it was Bahama Mama just getting a little bit on it, able to throw off.
Say Defiance is
shooter.
probably looking to put this one away before overtime.
I mean,
True.
that would make sense. You got 10 seconds and you're on the offense here. You might as well try and figure this out. And
Right.
and
Mushroom
get that
sends it
goal.
to the mid. Chicken. He's got it up. Can he get a flick?
saved by the general.
Keeping
Still
him
there.
alive. This is looking like overtime.
It's gonna hit the
It's
corner. It's
still
gonna stay
gonna
up.
be up.
This is gonna be dangerous.
That is dangerous. Really dangerous. Overtime.
Before we see anything there, overtime, game 4. SVSU has to win the force of game 5, or Defiance can close it out.
This is
Shall
a
see.
scary kickoff for SVSU. Having
Yeah.
it bounce in their corner like that, not really having time. Chicken keeps him alive.
See,
One
going
more
fast for this one
Pandas.
too. Good clear though from Frog Boy.
Yeah.
Chicken's up for it as well.
And this could be Mushroom. Bumps on one, but General's there still to make the save.
Yeah,
Looking there for a follow-up, doesn't get the follow-up, but a pass over to Pandas into a 50.
got contested by an SVSU player. It's going to center.
This isn't, it was a little
Ooh.
too hard for a shot opportunity, but really
Mushroom.
good hit.
Oh, you saw Mushroom reverse and got that boost in the middle there too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice play. So it's the little things, right?
Right. You see Chicken might have a breakaway here.
He does.
He does.
Chicken.
Can he get it?
General saves it. Didn't try to do anything fancy. I don't blame him, just put it on net, right?
Especially after going back to the last series when Chicken tried to get that pinch off the post, and ended up sending it so far wide.
Control.
This is heading towards SVSU. Chicken.
Good save. It might not have been. There was no shot indicator.
Right, but it was heading so close. You'll never know. Mushroom gets it past. One's gonna be met by the General first. Drawing out Chicken in the corner. Does a good 50 for them. Gives SVSU some time to respond.
We're going in for a good
lots
50.
of 50s happening.
Mushroom and Chicken committing to that one.
3 50s in a row, and this is going to be
Bahama
all alone, but he goes wide.
Doesn't get a good hit on it either.
Frog boy.
Good play from the Frog. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking about the General and the Bahama. The Frog.
The Frog.
That would be awesome.
The wide Frog boy. I thought he was going to... That was scary.
Yeah, that was scary. Clears it nonetheless. It was wide. Frog boy sends it wide.
The General, this is going to be off the back post. Can Bahama Mama beat him?
Ooh, Chicken Hawk gets the clear.
Send
just
back
in
in
time.
as CG Pandas,
Oh,
and this is it.
That's the game.
General takes it, and...
Exactly 2 minutes there, too. And, yeah, Frog Boy and Chicken leaving immediately here.
Yeah. 2 minutes of OT. I mean, they definitely fought hard for it. SVSU, they awaken at the end, but you got to play your game through all of the games. And those first 2 games, I'll say honestly, SVSU was not SVSU.
I was really hoping for 3 Game 5s in a row tonight.
3 Game 5s would have been
super
fun.
Close to it, but yeah, no, those first 2 games are brutal. It was, like I said, it was like watching this team like for the first time.
Right.
Like playing a match. And it just seemed super uncoordinated and super just like distraught and distracted almost. And it even seemed like you said they were even communicating. And maybe there was some issues there. But once they came alive, yeah, C team definitely proved that they can hang with this Defiance team and compete. I mean, yeah, the overtime goes the other way. We're looking at Game 5. We're looking at, SVSU trying to do a reverse sweep here. And
there was plenty of opportunities that were extremely close that SVSU could have capitalized on, but maybe Defiance had a player in the way, like last second when Chicken was right there with an open goal, but a Defiance player just swooped in, made that save last second.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can really do but hope that your game 1s and 2s are a lot better. I feel like that's been like the Achilles heel of the esports program for Rocket League, is that the game 1 always usually ends up being a loss for everyone a lot.
Well, we're a Michigan organization. We're not allowed to play the first half of matches.
No, it just seems like we do have those issues, and I feel like those are things that we have to address across the board.
Definitely.
Nonetheless, though, every team tonight proving that they can, hang with these teams, but just not really able to, grab the victory, snag the victory away.
I'd say all 3 teams are approaching the tipping point of moving to the next level. It's just there's one thing that they're missing, and honestly, I couldn't say what it is for any of them.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I can describe what needs to be done in the moment, but as a team moving forward, that's where I lose my understanding. So hopefully in practice, they'll be able to work out some kinks. And this actually, I think, may have been our last week of regular season.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure on that. I know it's last week of regular season for some games, but I don't know about all of them. I think so.
Yeah, there might be some rescheduled that we might be doing throughout the week that we probably won't stream just to finish off the season. But regardless, yeah, we're coming to the end of the season here. I believe was a B team that's making.
I feel like B teams has to make playoffs.
I feel like
They've only dropped
good.
A couple games.
I'm pretty sure A team did not make the playoffs.
A team kind of broke, like they were around 50%.
Yeah, so I don't know.
A little
we
less.
Have to look up those stats.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'd say with a decent amount of confidence that B team made playoffs, because I can only think of one loss off the top of my head, and I'm sure they've got 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, no,
but they've got a good number of wins on their hand.
Yeah, B team has been doing pretty solid lately, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. I mean, obviously, there's probably a lot more going on behind the scenes that we don't know.
Right.
It is a different world, this watching and casting this versus playing it. And the mentality behind plays and actions and trying to set up, offense or defense or whatever it is. But yeah, hopefully, we able to fix these issues and be back next week with, a vengeance to get a win.
Right.
Or Or if you're a team, winning game 5,
Hmm.
because it seems to be the Achilles heel for them. Um, Unfortunate that we were unable to see a victory. Or
Definitely
even
not.
just another game 5.
Right, right. It would have been
It
cool
was
to
always fun to cast,
It would have been cool to see 3 game 5s, but
But
anyway, we want to thank you so much for sticking here with us. It's probably about 10:40 at this point.
I know it's been a late kind of couple matches here.
Well, all of our matches since last semester have been delayed back an hour,
Yeah,
and so we started a little bit later. And like tonight, we usually start at 7 p.m., but tonight we start at 8
I
p.m. And
know, and
so
we're going to 10, and yeah, it is 10:40 right now. But
yeah, I call it just about on the dot. But we want to thank you so much for watching, sticking with us. We know it's getting late. Could be working on homework. Maybe you're getting your dinner in finally at 11 o'clock, like I'm probably going to be doing. And I mean, that is the esports diet. It's
yeah,
just eating once a day at midnight.
yeah, or like really early. Like it's either one or two. I feel.
Right.
Um,
But I've been Pash.
and I've been Doug.
We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. We hope to see you here, I believe, next week for hopefully streaming playoffs. That's still up
Yeah,
for debate, but you can take a look and keep an eye out at the SVSU Esports official socials on Instagram and Twitter and all of that. And I'm sure we'll be making playoff announcements as to what teams made it, scheduling as to what's going on
yeah.
and whatnot.
I believe if you go, there's a NECC website for this stuff, right? To look at the stats yourself. I believe.
Yeah, but it's
Complicated.
it's very complicated.
Well, if you want to brave the wilderness of the NECC website
Yeah,
to try
go
and
for
figure
it
out
by all
who's making
means.
playoffs and crunch the numbers and that, you can also do that too. So
Yeah, by all
it's not
means.
hidden. Well, maybe it is, but but
But
anyways, that's been Rocket League for tonight for Thursday, and yeah, we hope to see you back next Thursday. Have a good night. Um,
we'll see you later.
yeah.